Welcome to Notion November. Today is day 5, and I got something cool I want to show you. Now, before I jump in, I got to let people know, if you're new around here, you just started out, this is something that I'm doing for the month of November because I just finished a 365-day video challenge, and I like to just keep going because I didn't see no reason to stop. So this month, I wanted to hone my Notion skills because I was kind of slacking. I was toe tapping, about 20% skillish, and I was like, I need to get like 50, 60% skillish. And Notion just came out with a new version 3.0, of which they added Notion AI. So I was like, I'm going to spend the next 30 days polishing up my Notion skills. And honestly, it's been day 5. And I'm not going to say that my skills is at 50 yet, but the upgrades are freaking amazing. If you played around in Notion at any time in the past and you used to look at it, or you was like me, I used to kind of do Notion, you're not too late. You can jump back in, you can catch up, and you could get there really, really quickly because they have made some changes that has made it oh so sweet. Now, I'm going to pop in real quick and show you what I'm talking about. So this is the wiki where we get down. And before, I like to remind you, if you want to play around, you want to come in, look at this flyer right there in the bottom where it says jump in right there. You can go to that link and it'll give you access to come over here and play with us on the wiki. Also, you can go to any one of my videos and type hashtag Notion November spelled all the way out. Notice that the link stops at the V, but if you put either one of those, it will send you the information and allow you to get to me. And if for some reason you can't get in, just DM me on Instagram and I will set you up manually because we're just having fun over here. So far what we've done is we've built this little dashboard. There's a November, there's a little calendar widgets, which I showed off yesterday, a couple of blocks to show people. I gave a little instructions on how to do a call out. It's relatively simple. And these are the people that are hanging out and playing along with us. Some people are lurking. I know. I see you out here. It's cool. I just wanted to make this little simple page. But today I'm going to show you something that I did with Notion AI. Now, I want to remind you, if you haven't jumped on the AI plan yet, you do get 14 days. Now, I don't have any affiliate links or anything like that. I'm not that cool with Notion. But you can do the AI trial, I believe, for 14 days. And there is something running around the web. If you go to Notion's page on Instagram or see them on X, LinkedIn, there's a bunch of places where they're showing it off. If you are building a startup, say you're getting a new business off the ground, they're giving you an opportunity to get 3 months of Notion AI for free. I don't remember what the link is because I was unqualified because I've been a Notion user since it first came out. I was just wasting my, never mind. It's not about me. That's an easy way to get out of that, Doc. All right, let's get in. So what I did was, in my daily life, I work at eCam and I have a lot of meetings and I collect a lot of notes. And in the process of collecting all of those notes, it's starting to muddy up my Notion. But I like to keep things in Notion so I can get down. So one of the things I wanted to do was build a notes repository. So let me show you what I did. I need to move my melon out of the way over here on eCam so that we can have some space for you to see what I'm working with. In this little AI guide, mine has a pumpkin head. I guess I should change my pumpkin head right now because it ain't pumpkin season no more. I named my bot AI Doc. I just realized I needed to add another D because it should be AdiDoc. It's my favorite brand. But let's get something. We on a new season right here. Let's go with the magical wand. All right, we're going to call it that. So in the very top, my thing that I told it I wanted to do was build a repository page. And you don't have to use fancy words like me. It could just be a collection or archive or a folder, whatever. I said, build a repository. Wait, I know where I got that from. I've been playing in GitHub all day. That's why my brain said that. To store my eCam, I work there, notes as knowledge management system. And if you're trying to build a knowledge management system, you can build it however you want. I'm going to give you what I asked for. And yes, you could do this manually, but it's kind of crazy that it was able to do this for me. So I'm going to give you the sections that I told it, and you can play with this. And I'll even put this prompt over on the wiki, so anybody that wants to grab it and try it on yourself, right? But just you adjust the words to fit however you get down, okay? All right, so listen. I said I need a quick capture system. This is where I'm going to just put notes that come to me right away. And then I need meeting notes. Every time you have a meeting in Notion, you can actually do /meet and Notion AI will transcribe that meeting provided you're on one of the AI plans. I want clippings. These are things that I'm going to steal from the web, right? If I go around and I see Big Rich post something funny and I think it's cool, I want to clip it, add it to my Notion so I can come back to it later or remember it or just store it because I might need it, right? Or things I read in a book, articles I catch online, something of that nature. I need project notes for the projects that I do inside of Ecamm. I need event notes because we do things like Podfest, Podcast Evolution, NAB, Creator Camp. I need to keep those notes inside there. And then debriefs. Whenever the team and I are done, we always do post-mortem on our events, see what worked, see what didn't work, try to make it 1% better the next time, right? And so I said the 5 different databases will have notes that will contain page links. And then I need tags. Multi-selects or whatever makes sense is perfect for that. But I wanted the multi-selects to make sense to the various databases. So in other words, something for meeting notes might have a different set of tags than event notes, right? I don't want to tell it what to do. I just told it you do is proper, okay? And then I said I need the date that is created, the date edited, and the archive checkbox. If we check over here, this is kind of what it gave me. Oh, it didn't give me an archive checkbox. Oh, here it is right here. I'm going to move archive to the end, but I'll fix that later. And so it thought, what's really cool about Notion AI is when it's thinking, you can roll this down and see what it did. Like it will give you the information. I think it's good to look in here every once in a while to see what it did because it helps you whenever you decide to build things manually to know what's going on. So it created a quick capture database and it came up with the tags, the date created, edited, archive, and notes. So if you're going to build this database manually, this section right here is what you would put in manually, right? You put in tags, date created, date edited, archive, and notes. Of course, you can add your own fields if you want, but that's what they are. This thing right here, the list is telling me that it's a multi-select. These clocks tell me that it's a date. The archive tells me it's a checkbox, and the notes tells me it's a text field, right? So those are there. If I go to my meeting notes, it has basically the same things all the way down. It looks like it kept the theme. I might make some adjustments later on, but then I go down here and I check out what it thought about. It's organizing the database content for me. And again, it gives you all the steps. It's telling you how it's updating the page. And then it updated the repository a few times. And then it says, hey, all set, Doc. Your Ecamm Notes repository embedded in the 6 purpose-specific database page. Quick capture, notes, clippings, project notes, event notes, and debriefs. Each database has the same core schema. That's correct. That means the fields that I gave it. But of course, I can add my own later. And it told me what that is. And it says, next, I can build a dashboard that pulls across all these topics by tags, priority, and save views for recent, archive, and unsorted. A quick confirm. You want me to add project select to the project notes database? Any tags, tweaks you want upfront for each database? I don't know yet. I don't know what tweaks I want yet because I need to start using it to see what I need, which is why learning how to do this yourself is better than the template. But I do like the idea of building a dashboard. Now, before I tell it to carry on with the dashboard, which I will let you see, I just want to show you what these databases look like. All right. So again, there's the quick capture, there's the meeting notes, here's the clippings. And again, I might put clippings higher, and easily for me to adjust these, I would just pick this up and move it up higher. You know what I mean? I'd put that up there and, I didn't want to do that. I need to put the whole thing up, which means I need to select the entire thing like this and then drag it up. But I'll rearrange it later. Project notes, event notes, debriefs, it's all in there. And then it left me a little note to remind me that we're going to come back and do a little dashboard. I'm like, okay, this is perfect. This works how I want it. And again, I will make some adjustments at a later date. Now, what's really cool about these clippings is if I decide to use the Notion web clipper, it will say to me, where do you want to clip it to? And I can tell it to clip it to this page. Now, if I click on a new page here and let's just say add something, I'm going to say new, simply just put new because I wanted to do it open. And on this page, I would put the title, I would put the date that I created it, any tags that I want to put in here. So I'll say that this is a video, okay? And for this video, I'm going to add a YouTube video that I saw earlier today that I thought was pretty dang good. I hope I catch the right video, but let's just see. This should be it. Let me paste it and then say I want this to embed the video. Give it a second. It was exactly the video I wanted, right? So I can call this MC's USB tester video. All right, so there's my archives, there's the properties, whatever. And then at the bottom here, I want to leave a quick note to myself. So I'm going to not have to put any tags. I'm just going to add a space. And then I'm going to use my voice commands just to add a little note. This is a video done by Marianne where she's talking about the Tredex USB tester. And I just kind of wanted to highlight the level of skill and pacing, the way she spoke her content. She said everything confidently. It was well done, not over edited, spoken clearly and spoken from the heart. I want to use this as an example to show other people in the community how they can use Ecamm to make their videos a heck of a lot easier and not have to get so caught up in the editing process. Bingo. Perfect. All right. So there's my note and we're going to call it a day. Super good. So now I can close this, and then in my Ecamm quick capture, there's her video. It's right there. The tag is right there. We're all good to go. So this is fine. This is what we want to do. Let's go back to the AI section real quick. And I'm going to say, yeah, I like the idea of putting together a dashboard as directed. And for right now, we don't need to worry about tweaking the tags. I'll figure those out as we go along. I could always come back to you and have you make adjustments. I will also like to add that priority select to the project notes and the meeting notes, so that way it shows up on the dashboard as this is work I really need to make sure it does not slip through the cracks. Bingo, right? Again, I'm using WhisperFlow, and I'll put a link in the description, but it's docrock.live/flow. I just use that because it's so much easier than typing. I find that if I'm typing the prompt, I will overthink it and start making edits and corrections. And at this point in time, most of these services are so good at prompting, they can kind of do their own thing. While that's thinking real quick, I'm going to take you back over to this page here. And I just want to show you something. If I were to, on this page, let me move my head out the way. 1 second. Sorry about that. If I were to come down here on the bottom of this page, I'll just get a little space, and then I were to say /AI, I can do what's called an AI block. And these don't work as good as doing it from the side as we were just doing a minute ago. However, I can put in some sort of custom output. Anything that's on this page, I wanted to summarize what was on the page because maybe the page was too long. I can let it do that. I can even have it pull out the key points. But also here, I can have it select from any particular page that's in my Notion system. Right now, it's going to pull it from the wiki, but if I wanted to pull from somewhere else, I totally could do that. And so that's cool. And basically here is where you would put in a prompt. And if you press this add button, you can select any person in here. So I can send this to Rich, or I can send it to Carmelita. I could also pick any other page in my database to make sure that it paid attention to that. So that's what the AI blocks look like. And I just wanted to show you that real quick in case you wanted to play around with that there as well. Okay, so it's still working, but I love the fact that while it's working, under normal circumstances with most of your other AI agents, you're kind of sitting there waiting for it to get done. But with this Notion guy, it can work while I'm doing something completely different. And I really like that. So again, and if we go to pricing, I know this question comes up a lot. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Give me 1 second. Me personally, I am not ready to give up Claude and ChatGPT yet. Although for what most people do, you probably could. A standard Notion paid plan is $20 a month. And actually, let's go to monthly so it makes more sense. A standard Notion paid plan is $12 a month. The business version is double that, making it $24. I do yearly because I do use Notion anyway. So I've been on yearly for about 4 years. And so what I am paying is $10 a month, aka $120, or it would be $240 to use the business plan. And the business plan really does give you all of this AI meeting notes. and the research mode, which is cool if you're doing something that requires research. There's other things in here which may not make sense to you. It kind of doesn't matter, but you also have better integrations with the type of apps that you can use. So in the free one, I can connect Slack and Gmail and Google Drive. But over here, I got Asana and many other things, including I just built a new GitHub repository. I can add my GitHub repository to my Notion. So there's a bunch of cool stuff that you can do with the business plan. And it got me to thinking about this, and it's something that has been processing through my head. And I talked about it with a couple different people, including my buddy Brady. If I was paying $20 a month for ChatGPT and I'm like a 40% skilled ChatGPT user, I probably would do Notion for that same 20. Because what you could do, all the notes and things that you build, as you've seen so far, they do work together. So you can build your own knowledge base that's your knowledge, and things that you've already written, notes that you wrote from 10, 15 years ago, you can import them suckers. You can import them from Apple Notes or Bear or Drafts or whatever you got. And you can build your own knowledge management system. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube that tell you how to do that. I'll actually link a couple that I like on the Notion page. As a matter of fact, while we were on the Notion wiki, I connected one of the ones that tells you how to build your own system. Where did it go? This one. And Alicia posted this one. And then so on his videos, he will actually show you how to build your own system. But what's cool is, I think for the $20, it's actually better to use this, which does have access under the AI sources. It has access to ChatGPT and to Claude, what's the word I'm looking for? Claude Sonnet 4.5, whatever the newest one is. So it's actually, you're getting ChatGPT and you're getting Claude and you're getting all of your own notes. So to me, it's a better $20, right? And hopefully soon the Gemini, because I paid for all three of them suckers, and to have them all in one spot, I think I would be cool for that. Anyway, so let's go and see what we've updated. It says done. I added the priority select, and then it set up a lightweight dashboard at the top of your hub with linked views. And it just gives me instructions on how to use it. Even added a small today filter and a date. So if I scroll to the bottom of this page, right, I have my dashboard right here, and these are where I can connect things. So I could link in that note that I just created. I just want to show you what that looks like real fast. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to take this, right click upon it, and then I want to get the link right here. I'm going to go back up to my Today page, and I'm going to click there, and I'm going to paste in that link. So this is actually a link to that page video. And so simple. Just copy and paste the link, and then I could get into my individual versions of this database. As once it's filled out, it's all there. Or I can go back to the master page where everything is stood up. Over here, I could add additional properties, things of that nature. But I just love the fact that I can turn this into a dashboard, and eventually I will take this view and switch it from this view. I take that back. I will switch it from this view, and I'll change the layout to more of a gallery. So my link notes will have sort of a gallery here instead. And then on the gallery, I will make adjustments to it so that, you know, they can have particular icons or particular colors or things like that. But I really like the fact that you could do that. And under the property visibility, I have the name there, but I could go ahead and add, you know, card, or I can add conditional colors. So a conditional color will say, if it's a video, be this color. If it's a meeting note, be this color. So I can go back in and add some of that stuff, but we'll save that tutorial for a whole different day. I just wanted you to get a look at what some of the things that you could do with Notion AI. And again, wouldn't be very hard to build a lot of this stuff. And I want to remind you, if you still want to do this in ChatGPT, you can use the same prompt that I used. It will make the instructions for you, and you just go follow those instructions to build it yourself in Notion. Claude can actually connect to your Notion, and it will build it for you. ChatGPT does connect to Notion, but right now it doesn't do the same when it comes to building. But again, you know, these companies leapfrog each other. They'll probably fix it sooner or later. But again, you could take the prompt, like I'll put the prompt somewhere, and you could completely create this entire thing using any of the above. Matter of fact, Gemini can probably do it. I just haven't tested it. So I don't know who needs to see this, but if it was you, let me know in the comments section below. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, you can also drop that down there. Don't forget, if you want to play along, drop this hashtag in any one of my videos in the comment section, and it will send you a link to come and play along. And you could also just go directly to docrock.live/NotionNov, as short for November, and you can play along with us. If you like this video, press the like button, press the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. Got to send big shout out to all the new people who've been subscribing. I appreciate you guys. I'm so happy to have you here. Right about now, the algorithm is going to show you another video to think you should watch, and I agree with him. Now I got to go watch Eddie Griffin live in concert.
Fumble a bag, now I will not fumble a bag. Fumble a bag, now I will not fumble a bag. Act like you know how this goes.